Hi everyone. Before we begin, I want to make sure you're ready to learn and have fun with me. Today's story is going to help you practice English. I'll tell the story slowly and clearly, and I want you to repeat the sentences after me. This will help you improve your pronunciation and understand the words better. Let's get started. Have you ever been super excited about a trip, but then everything goes wrong? Well, that's what happened to my family and me. My name is Olivia, and today I'm going to tell you how our vacation turned into a big adventure. We were getting ready to go on a vacation to Florida. I couldn't wait to play on the beach and swim in the ocean. But, like always, something went wrong before we even left the house. My dad was in charge of the trip. He had the map. Yes, a real map. My mom kept saying, "Why not use the GPS?" But my dad smiled and said, "I know the way. I don't need a GPS." My brother and I looked at each other. We knew this could be interesting. As we started our journey, we were all excited. But little did we know, we were about to make a mistake. Everything seemed fine at first. We were driving down the road, excited for the trip ahead. My dad was looking at the map, smiling proudly. "I know exactly where we're going," he said. "Just trust me." But as we drove, I started to feel like something was wrong. We passed the same gas station, twice. "Dad, don't you think we should have turned back?" my mom asked. But my dad just waved his hand and said, "No, we're fine." The road was long and quiet, and soon we noticed there were no other cars around. Then my brother whispered, "Are we lost?" My dad didn't answer, but I could tell he was starting to worry too. "Maybe we should stop and ask for directions," my mom suggested. But Dad didn't want to stop. "I'll figure it out." As we kept driving, I began to feel more nervous. I could tell my parents were getting a little frustrated too. But we all knew that stopping and asking for help might be the right choice. So my mom took a deep breath and said, "Let's stop at the next place we see." As we drove further, we realized something even more worrying. We were running out of gas. What would we do now? Let's find out. We drove on for a few more minutes, but the silence in the car was starting to feel heavier. My mom looked at the gas meter, and we all saw it. The needle was almost on empty. "Oh no," she said quietly. "We're going to run out of gas." My dad looked at the road ahead, trying to stay calm. "We'll find a gas station soon," he said, though I could hear a bit of worry in his voice. But as we drove, there was nothing in sight, just trees and more empty road. "Are we going to be okay?" my brother asked, his voice full of worry. I could tell he was scared. I was too, but I didn't want to say it out loud. "We'll be fine," my dad repeated, though he didn't sound as sure anymore. "Let's just keep going. We can't stop now." My mom looked at him. "We need to stop and ask for help. Please. Let's just find someone." Finally, Dad agreed. "Okay, we'll stop at the next car we see." It wasn't long before we saw another car. My dad waved it down, and the driver stopped. "Excuse me," my dad said. "Do you know where the nearest gas station is?" The driver smiled and pointed down the road. "It's just a few miles ahead. You'll make it." We all breathed a sigh of relief. It wasn't perfect, but we had a plan now. we could keep going. With the gas station finally in sight, we felt better. But the real adventure was just beginning. We were driving for a long time, and we were all worried. We needed gas, and we didn't know where to find it. My dad looked at the road signs. He was looking for a gas station. "Look, there is a gas station ahead," my dad said, smiling. We all looked. It was a big sign with the word gas on it. We were so happy. My mom said, "We are saved." My dad drove the car to the gas station. We all felt better. My brother smiled and said, "Thank you, Dad." When we stopped at the gas pump, my dad started to fill the car with gas. We all stretched our legs and relaxed. It felt good to stop after such a long time on the road. "Now we can finish our trip," my dad said. After the gas station, we all felt much better. But the adventure was not over yet. What would happen next? After filling the car with gas, we continued our journey. The road was long, but everyone was in a better mood. We were all talking and laughing. Suddenly, we saw something amazing. On the side of the road, there was a big field with colorful flowers. The flowers were yellow, pink, and purple. It looked like a painting. "Look at those flowers," my mom said. "They're so beautiful." We stopped the car to take a closer look. The flowers were so big and bright. My brother ran to the flowers and started taking pictures. "This is the best stop ever," he said, smiling. It was a nice break. We all felt happy to see something so beautiful on our trip. After our little flower adventure, we got back in the car. But soon we realized we had another problem. What could it be this time? We got back in the car and started driving again. Everyone was happy after seeing the beautiful flowers. But soon my dad looked at the road and said, "Oh no, we have a problem." "What is it, Dad?" I asked. "We are low on water," he said. "We need to find a place to stop and get more." My mom looked at the map. "There is a small town about 30 minutes away. We can stop there." We kept driving, but this time we paid attention to the road signs. We didn't want another surprise. When we finally arrived in the town, we saw a small store. My dad stopped the car and went inside to buy water. While we waited, we stretched our legs and talked about the trip. "It's good we found this place," my brother said. "I'm glad we didn't have another problem." After getting the water, we continued our journey. But little did we know, something exciting was coming up. What would happen next? After getting the water, we continued driving. The road was quiet, and everyone was tired, but we knew we were getting closer to our destination. "We're almost there," my dad said. "Just a little more." We could see the sun starting to set. The sky was orange and pink. It was beautiful, and it made the end of our trip feel special. Finally, we arrived at the place where we were staying. It was a small hotel by the beach. We parked the car and looked at the ocean. "This is it," my mom said, excited. "We made it." We got our bags and walked to the hotel. The sound of the waves was peaceful, and we all felt happy. After a long trip, we were finally at our destination. After checking in and getting some rest, we were ready to explore the beach. But something unexpected happened the next morning. What could it be? The next morning, we woke up early. The sun was shining, and the sound of the waves was peaceful. We were all excited to explore the beach. But when we went outside, something surprising happened. The beach was empty. There were no people, no boats, and no tourists. "Where is everyone?" my brother asked. "I don't know," my mom said. "Maybe it's too early for them." We decided to walk along the beach anyway. The sand was soft, and the water was cool. It was nice to be there without the crowd. As we walked, we saw a small boat in the distance. It was moving slowly, and we were curious about who was in it. We decided to walk toward it. As we got closer to the boat, we realized something amazing. What was it that made this boat so special? We walked closer to the boat, excited to see who was in it. As we got nearer, we saw an old man with a big smile on his face. He waved at us. "Hello," he called. "Would you like a ride on my boat?" We were surprised. We didn't expect anyone to offer us a ride. My dad smiled and said, "That sounds fun. Yes, we'd love to go." We got into the boat, and the old man started to row. The water was calm, and the view was beautiful. We could see the beach from the boat, and everything looked different from out there. "Where are we going?" my brother asked. The old man laughed and said, "Just relax. I'll show you something special." The boat ride was amazing, but soon we arrived at a place we didn't expect. What could it be? The boat slowly approached a small island. It was beautiful, with tall trees and flowers in every color. We could see small animals running around. "This is amazing," my mom said, her eyes wide in wonder. The old man smiled and stopped the boat near the shore. "This is my secret spot," he said. "I come here every day to enjoy the peace." We all got out of the boat and walked around. It felt like we were in a different world, away from everything. The sound of the waves was soft, and the air smelled fresh. We spent a few hours exploring the island. We took pictures, played on the beach, and even found a small cave. It was the best surprise of the whole trip. At the end of the day, we returned to the hotel, feeling happy and relaxed. It was a trip we would never forget. We learned that sometimes the best moments happen when we least expect them. This trip taught us that the journey is just as important as the destination, and we should always be open to surprises. Did you enjoy the story? Let me know in the comments what part surprised you the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts and maybe use your idea for the next story. If you liked the story, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps me so much to bring more fun content to you. And if you want to make sure you don't miss the next stories, subscribe to the channel now. That way, you'll stay updated and learn English in a fun and easy way. Just click the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.